The first thing you notice is the silence, not the peaceful kind, not the silence of a calm morning or a sleeping city. This silence feels ancient, heavy, like the ocean itself is holding its breath. The air smells like salt and wet stone. Somewhere beyond the fog, waves crash against black rocks with slow, deliberate force. You stand on the edge of a fishing boat drifting off the coast of South Africa, staring into water so dark it looks bottomless. The men around you barely speak. Experienced fishermen usually joke to kill the tension, but not tonight. Tonight, even they are listening. Then something changes. The gulls disappear. 1 second they're circling overhead, screaming into the gray sky. The next, nothing, just wind. And if you've spent enough time near the ocean, you learn to fear that kind of silence. Because something underneath you has taken control of the entire food chain. People think fear begins when they see the shark. It doesn't. Fear begins long before that. It starts with instinct. A pressure in your chest. A strange awareness crawling up your spine. Human beings evolved on land, but somewhere deep inside us there's still an ancient memory warning us about what lives below the surface. And nothing awakens that memory faster than the great white shark. This creature has survived nearly unchanged for millions of years. Think about that. Entire species vanished. Continents shifted. Ice ages came and went. Human civilization rose from fire and stone. The great white remained, not because it's lucky, because it's perfect. Its body is less an animal and more a biological weapon sculpted by evolution itself. Rows of serrated teeth designed not just to bite but to rip through blubber and bone with rotational force. Muscles packed with explosive power beneath rough gray skin that feels like wet sandpaper. Black eyes that reveal absolutely nothing. But the real horror isn't what the shark can do once it reaches you. It's how early it already knows you're there. The great white can detect a single drop of blood in vast stretches of water. Special sensory organs along its snout can read the electrical pulses produced by living creatures. Your heartbeat, your nervous system, tiny muscular movements beneath the surface. To the shark, the ocean is not dark, it's glowing. Now imagine this. You're floating alone 2 miles offshore, no boat nearby, no land in sight. Below you, a creature weighing over 2,000 pounds is circling silently in water colder than your body can handle for long. You cannot hear it, you cannot outswim it. And if it decides to investigate, you'll probably never see the attack coming. That's not movie fiction, that's the hunting strategy. Great white sharks are ambush predators. They attack from beneath with terrifying speed, accelerating upward like torpedoes before exploding through the surface in a burst of water and force. Seals often die before they even understand what happened. And here's the part nobody likes to admit. Humans were never built to survive in that environment. We enter the ocean pretending we belong there, because beaches feel safe. Vacation commercials taught us that. Sunslide tricks us into believing shallow water is harmless. But 50 feet beyond the surf line, the rules change completely. Out there, you are no longer the apex predator. You are noise in the water. In 2015, a surfer named Mick Fanning was competing in the J-Bay Open in South Africa when the ocean suddenly erupted behind him. Millions watched live as a great white shark attacked during the competition. For a split second, nobody understood what they were seeing. Fanning punched at the water as the shark circled beneath him. Broadcasters screamed. Rescue teams rushed forward. And then came the silence afterward. The kind survivors always describe. Because surviving a great white encounter doesn't feel victorious. It feels impossible. Fanning later explained that he sensed something before the attack happened. A feeling. A shift. The same ancient instinct humans have carried for generations. Maybe that's what makes great whites so terrifying. Not just their power, but the fact that some part of us already knows they're there. But let me ask you something. What if the great white shark disappeared tomorrow? Most people would celebrate. No more shark attacks. No more headlines. No more fear in the water. Sounds comforting. Except the ocean would begin collapsing almost immediately. Because apex predators do something most people never notice. They maintain balance through fear. Great whites regulate seal populations. They control migration patterns. Their presence changes the behavior of entire ecosystems. Without predators at the top, prey populations explode beyond sustainable limits, consuming fish stocks and destabilizing marine food chains. The nightmare keeps the ocean healthy. Nature doesn't create monsters accidentally. Every terrifying thing has a purpose. And the great white's role is older than humanity itself. That realization changes the way you see them. Not evil, necessary. Like storms, like fire, like death. There's another reason great whites haunt the human imagination. We almost never see them clearly. Think about most predators on Earth. Lions roar. Wolves stalk through forests. Bears crash through branches. But sharks, they emerge from nowhere. The ocean hides them until the final second. That uncertainty infects the mind. Even now, people swimming in pools sometimes imagine something brushing against their legs. That irrational flicker of panic? That's psychological inheritance. Humans are visual creatures, and deep water removes our greatest defense: sight. You cannot fight what you cannot fully perceive. That's why the ocean at night feels fundamentally wrong. And somewhere beneath those black waves, great whites continue moving through darkness with complete confidence. One marine biologist described swimming near a mature female great white off Guadalupe Island. At first he said she appeared almost graceful, calm, curious. Then she turned, and suddenly every instinct in his body screamed at him to leave the water immediately, because when a great white decides to focus on you, you feel it. Predators have presence. The shark's entire body changes direction with effortless precision. Tiny movements of its tail generate unbelievable force. Its black eyes lock forward, not emotional, not angry, just calculating. And in that moment, human intelligence means nothing. Now here's the terrifying mystery scientists still struggle to answer. How many great whites are beneath the surface at any given moment that humans never detect? Seriously. Think about it. Satellite tracking revealed that some sharks travel thousands of miles across open ocean with astonishing precision. Entire migrations occur far from human observation. In many coastal regions, sharks may pass swimmers unnoticed every single day. You could spend years entering the water while something ancient watches from below, completely unseen. And maybe that's better, because the few moments we do witness great whites in full hunting mode are almost surreal. At Seal Island near Cape Town, researchers documented breach attacks where sharks launched themselves entirely out of the water while hunting seals. Imagine the force required for that. A creature longer than a car exploding vertically through the ocean like a missile. For a second, gravity itself seems confused. Then everything crashes back into the sea. Violence, foam, silence. Gone. In 2003, abalone diver Brett Archibald disappeared during a fishing trip in the Indian Ocean after falling overboard at night. Alone in black water for over 20 hours, he later described hearing movements beneath him in the darkness. Shapes, pressure waves, things circling. At one point, he felt certain sharks were below. Now imagine that level of helplessness. No flashlight, no horizon, just endless ocean swallowing every sound around you. Humans fear the dark because darkness removes certainty. The open ocean removes something even worse: control. That's why great white sharks occupy such a unique place in horror. They don't invade our world often, we invade theirs. And when encounters happen, the imbalance becomes brutally obvious. Still, despite their reputation, great whites rarely hunt humans intentionally. Most attacks are believed to be investigative bites, tragic cases of mistaken identity where surfers resemble seals from below. But that explanation doesn't make the fear disappear. Because even one exploratory bite from a great white can destroy bone, sever arteries, and end a life within minutes. Evolution never intended our bodies to withstand that level of force. Here's what truly unsettles marine researchers. Great whites are intelligent, not human intelligent, something older, different. They learn migration routes, adapt hunting strategies, display curiosity around cages and boats. Some even recognize specific patterns associated with food sources. For decades, humans comforted themselves with the idea that sharks were primitive killing machines. But the deeper scientists study them, the more complicated they become. One researcher described locking eyes with a massive female shark and feeling an unexpected sensation: recognition, not empathy, not connection, recognition, like staring at a living system that understands exactly what it is. And maybe that's what scares us most. The great white shark does not feel guilt about its role. It kills because the ocean demands it. There's no cruelty in the attack, no hatred, only function. Humans struggle with that truth because we attach morality to predators. We want villains, monsters, explanations. Nature offers none. The shark survives because hesitation means death. Then there's the scar tissue. If you ever see close footage of mature great whites, look carefully. Their bodies tell stories. Deep marks from territorial disputes, fresh wounds from failed hunts, jagged injuries from orca attacks. These animals exist in a violent world few humans could psychologically endure, and yet they continue. Cold water, constant movement, endless migration. A great white shark can never fully stop swimming for long. Movement forces water across its gills, keeping oxygen flowing through its body. Even rest becomes survival. Imagine a life where stillness itself could kill you. Now imagine surviving that way for decades. The shark is not merely a predator.